Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MIRE. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and reunited. It feels so good with Brendan Fury for boys soccer on senior night as Montgomery hosts the 1-7 North Stars of Nottingham. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Not surprised that we're doing soccer. Maybe a little surprised. Maybe a little.
I'm just happy to be back.
We're happy to have you back, my friend.
We did miss you. We did.
Don't blow his ego up too much here a little bit.
If that's blowing the ego, we got problems around here.
Well, we all know we have problems around here, but that's a story for another day. So, guys, all kidding aside, very happy to be with you guys. We're back at home, which feels like an eternity since we've been back. It's been since football at Woodbridge, and we're still on the road for another game. But, I'm complaining about sitting in my dining room. Fury, how you doing? You're the one who actually got to go get on the bus and play these games.
Yeah, I'm excited to go head to Franklin. I think it's our shortest trip of the year, so it's good for us in that sense.
Okay, not too bad. Tonight, honoring 8 seniors on the varsity soccer team. Team had a really nice couple of days. They beat Hackettstown, a pretty darn good team, up at Hackettstown at the end of last week, and then came back on Saturday at home against Warren Hills and really took it to the Blue Streaks. They won, I believe it was it 7-0 or 8-0? I'm blanking now on which it was, but either direction, from what I gather, it was the kind of game where you got to play some folks that don't get a ton of burn normally. You got to do, a couple of guys scored some goals in situations where, you love games like that. Guys that, sacrifice pretty much all year for the team only to, with the hopes of getting, those kind of minutes every once in a while. And Saturday seemed like one of those games. Brand, you're obviously in this exact situation right now, being a senior here. How much does a situation like that mean? And, to be able to get on the score, it'd be like if they threw you in at fullback in short yardage in a game and, let you get in the end zone there.
See, I don't know why we have to be blowing a team out to do that. I think we should be doing that anyway. But that'd be awesome. I hope maybe I can get a chance like that one day.
That would be great, but obviously, the same kind of feelings, have to be there for you, to see your classmates in a situation like that where they get to, to really kind of live out some of those dreams, in a senior season. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Tonight, Nottingham comes in here. This is the first time Montgomery and Nottingham have played in quite some time. A little bit of a different situation than last year's senior night where. We kind of had a very, very talented North Brunswick team come in, and Matt, that was a hard-fought game from the opening whistle till the end of PKs. Tonight, probably, at least on the stat sheet, a little bit of a different kind of prognosis, if you will, against this Nottingham team.
I mean, yes and no. Yes, it's, probably a slightly less talented team, but at the same time, that attitude is one of those things where a team will sneak up on you. So, they're going to play hard. I think the seniors love playing in front of their parents, especially when you can, have a night like this that's for you. You always want to play your best. Yeah,
no doubt about that. So what we're going to do, actually, just to get you guys all set for it, we're going to take a quick break just so that I can get my life settled over here on this side because I am actually going to do the announcing on the PA for the seniors and their families. So we're going to follow along with that live on the MIRE as well for everybody at home. And we'll see if we can do what we think we have it figured out, but we'll...
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much solved.
Right.
Yeah.
In the way only the MIRE can. Solve a lot of problems by creating new ones. So so when we come back, we'll come back to the soft tones of my voice, announcing over the public address and on the MIRE if you are wondering why it sounds a little wonky. And then after that, we're going to have a little quick interview with the head coach of the Montgomery boys soccer team, Ricky Steeb. And all that will come up before kickoff, 6 o'clock against Nottingham. It's senior night here at Cougar Stadium, Montgomery and Nottingham. Stay with us. You're caught in the MIRE. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to senior night for boys soccer here at Cougar Stadium as Montgomery hosts the visiting North Stars of Nottingham. Your Montgomery High School team is led by head coach Ricky Steve, who would like to acknowledge our 8 seniors on the varsity team this season. Their love for the game is tremendous. I would like to thank each one of them for their hard work and dedication throughout their high school careers. I'd also like to thank their parents for supporting all of the boys and for supporting the soccer program. It's truly been an honor to coach these boys. I wish each one of them all the success on and off the field in college and their future endeavors. We would first like to thank our team statisticians, and they are Dana Ibrahim, Christine Shi, and Pooja Murali. We would also like to thank our team manager, Aryan Chavan. And now, we will introduce the seniors of the Montgomery High School boys varsity soccer team. They have been leaders and have given the soccer program their best. They'll be missed when they graduate, but we wish them the very best. First up is Sayansh Balan. Number 16, he's escorted by his parents, Pooja and Balayan. His favorite memory is beating Hackettstown with a last-minute goal to make it 1-0. He says the hype was crazy. Next year, Sayansh plans to spend more time with his friends and family and plans to attend New York University and study finance. He also plans to play intramural soccer. Senior number 16, Sayansh Balayan. Next up is number 2, Martin Fedorchik. One of the team's captains, he is escorted by his parents, Sylvia and Stanislav Fedorchik. His favorite soccer memory is getting moved up from the freshman team to varsity during his freshman year. Next year, Martin plans to attend Drexel University and major in marketing with a minor in psychology. Number 2, Martin Fedorchik. Next up is Ethan Matthew, number 0. He's escorted by his parents, Elizabeth and Sanjay Matthew. His favorite memory was starting against Hunterdon Central in his sophomore year and making an insane goal line save during that game. Next year, Ethan plans to make time for family and friends and attend the University of Michigan, where he will study engineering. When asked if he would play soccer, he said, D1 or bust. Number 0, Ethan Matthew. Our next senior is number 12, Harsh Panchal. He's escorted by his parent, Bhumi Panchal. His favorite memory, beating Hillsborough. Next year, he plans to attend UPenn and study pre-med while still playing soccer. Senior number 12, Harsh Panchal. Our next senior is number 6, Giovanni Puglisi. Another of the team's captain, he's escorted by his parents, John and Antoinette Puglisi. His favorite memory was scoring a goal in the opening game of his freshman year. Next year, Giovanni plans to attend Arizona State University, where he will study business. Number 6, Senior Giovanni Puglisi. Next up is senior Santiago Santander Burbano. He is escorted by his mother, Diana Burbano. His favorite soccer memory was tallying an assist in his first game. Next year, Santiago plans to attend Full Sail University, and he will study music production. Senior Santiago Santander Burbano. Our next senior is number 18, Willem Wiegand. He's escorted by his parents, Alexa and David Wiegand. His favorite soccer memory was all 4 years of high school soccer. Next year, he plans to attend college somewhere on the East Coast, and he is going to study statistics. Willem plans to continue playing soccer, but not competitively. Senior number 18, Willem Wiegand. And finally, our last senior of the evening, number 19, Connor Weiss. He's escorted by his parents, Thomas and Amy Weiss. His favorite soccer memory was going up to UConn. Next year, Connor's not sure where he will attend college just yet, but plans to study pre-law and play soccer recreationally. Senior number 19, Connor Weiss. All right, folks, that's going to conclude our senior night festivities. And we are going to take a break as I'm going to run over and set up the national anthem for everybody right now. So you stick with us. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the MIRE, everybody. We just concluded our senior night festivities, and we're going to quickly throw it. Hopefully we can squeeze this in under the gun here as we had an interview this afternoon with the head coach of your boys soccer team, Ricky Steep. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the MIRE pregame show. We're getting set for what feels like our annual trip into boys soccer with the head coach of the Montgomery boys soccer team on senior night, Ricky Steep. Coach Steep, how are you, man?
Good, Glock. How are you?
I'm doing well. We're excited to be back with you doing boys soccer. We had a lot of fun doing it last year, so we're real happy we could get it going again. Looking at the season for you guys, it seems like you guys are having a really, really nice season in hopefully what's a little bit more normalcy. And you've played some remarkably competitive games with some of the top teams in the state, and obviously Skyline Conference is super competitive. Talk to us about it. How you feeling about everything?
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. We've played some really good teams. Lost to Hunter in Central 1-0. At the time, they were fifth in the state. Lost to Bridgewater. Tied a very good Ridge team. I think we feel that we were in all those games, and it could have gone either way. So, that's something to be really encouraged about going on into the season.
Last couple of days, since the end of last week, you guys had a couple of big wins. I know Saturday was a bit of a blowout win, but it was last Thursday, Hackettstown. Am I correct in saying that?
Hackettstown on the road. Big
win up at Hackettstown.
Yeah, that was a big win. It was one of those out of conference games. It was a long drive for us. It was about an hour and 20 minutes. So we had to deal with that. But, they were a very good team, hard nosed, physical, big. And we got it done on the road. In the second half, scored a great goal and really managed the rest of the game and was able to get the win. So I was very proud of the boys about that.
How has it been, back? Obviously, you guys have been, feels like I'm sure you've been practicing forever, even though it's really only like a month and a half, but those days of like August 10th must feel like forever ago. But things just seem to be a little bit more normal, at least from a school environment this season compared to last season. How are you feeling?
Definitely. I mean, last season, we had the delayed start. We didn't have any scrimmages. It was pretty normal. Boys came in, they were fit, great attitudes, and, we hit the floor running. So, we're trying to take it one game at a time. We realize that, anything can happen on any given day. So we have to make sure that, we're all in tune and we give it our best shot.
Today's all about your 8 seniors. You have taken such great strides in building this program from, when you first took things over. There was some, I call them some lean years in the early going. I think it's easy, especially at the high school level, for kids in our area to go through a season or two where, you only had a couple of wins, and to say, well, I'm just going to go to someplace else and play because, that's just one of the luxuries that some of our families have. For you to be able to build this program all the way back up with this group of seniors, how special is this group? Talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're a close-knit group. They've been in the program for 4 years. And, we're trying to change the culture. Everybody's bought in, with the off-season program, with the summer program, with everything that we do.
Sorry on that one, Coach Steve. We had a crappy pregame plan. It's just what it was.
Time management, strong suit. It's a strong suit.
But welcome to boys soccer, everybody, as Montgomery quickly attacking here off of the opening whistle. We were joking, though not really joking, with Brandon Fury as a cross all the way through and nearly a quick goal from Montgomery, but just wide. We were joking with Brandon Fury before we got started here because, I said in the pregame, I'm like, you just want to practice on that camera a little bit? He's, nope, I got it.
Got it.
And you know what that is? Kiss to death, baby.
Oh, that pride. What always happens after? I don't know.
Yeah.
At least I said I hope I didn't speak too soon.
I preempted the pride with, this might not work.
Oh, my gosh. It's all of our new toys, Fury. Don't mess it up.
I know. I came back. It feels like we got like $1 million donation.
Seriously, right?
Yeah, when's that coming in, huh? when's
Right.
that coming in?
You know, it would be great if they turn the lights on in this place.
Yeah, I feel
we
like
might get a little,
this needs lights.
might
This is
get
night
might get a
game.
little wonky.
This is a night game.
As Nottingham plays in the offensive half and given away there, and Montgomery will try to regather. Nottingham plays in a very difficult conference in the Colonial Valley Conference. Princeton, Notre Dame, very talented teams in the boys soccer.
I mean, those 7 losses, we don't know exactly what that game was like.
Right.
So who knows?
Here you go, Fury.
I'm figuring it
Listen,
out.
we were very critical of North Hunterdon the other night for their camera angle, which was like
Yeah.
shot from the moon. So, like, let's not make us look stupid here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's tough, but you got a tough job done.
I'm trying.
There you go. Crossover in front from the North Stars, and just a tough time settling it down.
I mean, this is the feeling out period, though. Nobody's going to be going for the home run because you know,
Yeah.
you don't want the counterattack in the first 2 minutes.
Montgomery has to do everything he can just to clear there, with Santiago Santander sending it out for a goal kick, as Montgomery maybe just a little bit lethargic to start things off, so it'll be a throw for, or rather a corner for Nottingham.
Yeah, it's kind of a gray day. It seems like everybody, their batteries got taken out a little bit.
Musa on the corner, and we're going to get a foul on the inside. It looked like a little bit of a push-off from Jeffrey Numb, and that will give it to Ethan Matthew and his crew.
So what did Coach Steve talk about their formation?
They're playing 5-3-2, and you want to throw that up there too? We can give everybody a little taste of the starting lineup really fast. Seeing some folks in there who don't typically get the start. You have Ethan Matthew in goal, and this 5-3-2 formation with, or 3-5-2, I should say, formation, just kind of overloading the midfielders. I think that's where he feels he's got a big advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if that's where your talent is, you certainly want them to have the ball more.
And, you know, I think that this team goes as Martin Fedorchik and Giovanni Puglisi go. And Puglisi plays in the back and Fedorchik up front. So, you know, certainly, you know, you need to work, you know, between those two zones. But Puglisi is, you know, he doesn't have a problem getting down the field at all. And it looks like we're going to have the second corner of the evening as Nottingham does enough there to earn another go from the far side of the field this time.
Even with the slow pace, I mean, the fact that they're hanging out in our half that's going to become a big deal.
I feel like this was, you know, kind of how we felt about it last year a little bit, you know, going into this game. We're like, oh, kind of expected to dominate possession of the ball. And then, you know, maybe things didn't work out the way that everybody wanted to. Headed down, and in front, Matthew has to come out and make the save. Not much on that header, though. But, you know, it is what it is. So for Montgomery to get things going here, you know, you got to wonder whether they're going to just try to push forward. And here they go. Here's a ball played out up front, and this has got numbers 2-on-1, a crossover in front. Oh, and just out of the reach. And the second fantastic opportunity for Montgomery in the opening 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. That little bit of an opening. He saw him. He led the pass in, almost connected.
Harsh Ponchal just could not get a boot to it. But that we're talking about inches, not feet there, you know.
When you end up in the goal, I think you were on track.
No doubt. Great play from the ground by Montgomery. That time it was Willem Wiegand to keep possession for the Cougs. He dispossessed Musa. There's a misplay in the midfield, and they get it out front and just sent it toward the goal. And I really think had Alex Bent just played that into the zone, it would have been 1-0 for Ponchal with the goalie.
Yeah, he got excited. There was a lane, and that doesn't mean you have to take it, but he saw it and said, I'm going to give this a go.
Yeah. So you can see, you know, some of the, you know, the scoring lanes developing already for Montgomery. It's just a matter of finishing. And, I mean, that's the whole game of soccer, right?
Yeah, a lot more patience than I think we're used to.
I don't know, man. Football teams have forced us to be pretty patient this year. Red Fury?
All right.
Yeah.
New season starts on Friday.
Attaboy. That's what I like to hear.
That is the attitude.
I took a lot of heat on social media last weekend, boy. let me
Yeah,
tell
you did.
I bet.
You did.
I loved it. I love every second of it.
was
He
great.
knew it was going to happen, and he did
Always.
it anyway.
Always. I am a stirrer of the stuff, as they say.
He showed me, and I was like, you do know that, the Cougars they got to play the Lions. What if that doesn't go well, though? And he's like, nah, it'll be fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I was ready to go if we won to post a bunch of stuff. About all
He's
this.
got a whole ammo bag right now.
I was ready, but didn't work out.
So, and I call it, I'll tell you a little more detail here, is Montgomery's just way off to the races. This could be like a 3-on-0 situation, a cross in front, and again, they can't get a foot to it, and just getting on top of it is Nottingham in the back end. Wow, how about that?
I mean, it's disappointing, but at the same time, to keep getting those chances, you're still feeling good right now.
Ethan Brennan, the senior goalie for Nottingham.
Yeah, they're testing him very early. Very early.
There's Bent. He'll look for a little bit more room and play it back to Puglisi. So, Coach Milic texts me in the middle of the day on Friday, and he says, hey, can you whip me up something here? And the word he used was combat this, to combat this.
Combat.
So that felt aggressive to me. So I said, okay, I can create something aggressive. So I created something that was aggressive. I felt like it was entertaining and aggressive and fine.
It sent the message that you wanted to send.
I
Yeah,
would agree.
It did. It definitely did.
Also, it educated people about hunting patterns of large cats.
That's right.
That's what we need too.
Did you take the video of the cougar?
He did.
Yes, I went outside. And
He just got back from his safari. Actually, he missed a little bit for that. Great shot though in the dark.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
It's the world of design and video is pretty amazing that you can just kind of get what you need. Like that took me like 6 minutes to do that.
Somebody actually went and saw that cat, but we were able to pull it off the internet in 3 seconds.
There's the challenge. Good job by Puglisi to turn it away.
It's a great, tough challenge, too. He's going to make him think about taking that angle again.
Jeffrey Numb again there trying to make some space for Nottingham, but Puglisi got the better of him. But, yeah, it's like I thought about it for a minute, and I'm like, all right, well, what do I want to do? And then I was like, oh, okay. Like, the concept came to me. I'm like, and here's what I want. And then I just, started Googling some things. And the next thing you know, you had a 30-second video.
What do we have cooking up for this week?
Nothing yet. I've actually been doing work this week. You know what I mean, Brando? It's like sometimes,
Oh, you mean your job is
Yeah.
more than just the MIRE?
every once in a while I got to, actually help kids get into college. So,
If our job was only the MIRE, we would be hurting.
yeah, like big time. Ball again out off of Montgomery, and really love if we could get some light on this so the camera didn't look didn't look like we were in the dark. Maybe we should have left it on the auto exposure there, Pogue.
You think that the camera knew better than us?
I might have in the middle of the day. Either that or we, again, just didn't have any forethought, which there's a shocker.
There was 3 thoughts almost there.
There's a dump and chase and just a little too far out in front for Montgomery.
So this pace is dangerous, though. When it's slow like this and everything's just kind of like, walking, that's when, one run, you miss something on defense and they put in a goal, and now you're looking around wondering what happened.
No doubt. We remain scoreless 10 minutes into this ball game. Senior night here in Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and Brandon Fury back at it at Cougar Stadium as a turnover in the midfield, and Santiago Santander could not put a correct touch onto it, and he might have been free out front had he been able to put a good first touch on it. And instead, Montgomery will play it ahead, and playing a very high line outside is Brennan, and he was there to scoop it up for Nottingham. No challenge from either side there in the midfield, which was a little odd.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Maybe they were playing the bounce, something we don't know about in soccer, maybe.
Connor Weiss just sends it out of bounds, and it'll be another throw for Nottingham. Jadon Rodriguez gets it in, and that is going to force Montgomery to come out.
He's just making sure he's awake. Just
No
checking.
doubt about it. So Matthew has had no problem back there so far. And it looks like Montgomery just, now makes some wholesale changes, get some guys back on the field who would typically start the game, and you see a bunch of the seniors getting a hand. That's obviously what you like to see on senior night.
Yeah, a goal would have been icing on the cake.
That would have been very nice.
That's always the dream.
Tithraj Parmar just into the game, and he'll take the throw. Cleared away nicely. Puglisi able to get it down.
I've never headed a ball.
No?
I've never done that.
If you do it right, it's not so bad.
Yeah, they don't seem to mind it at all.
But if you do it wrong, it's real bad.
Which I think I would do. You want to
Yeah.
try later, Brandon? We can go out.
You want to do something where the kid who probably has the hardest head in the school, you're going to tell him, I have a problem
That's true.
heading a soccer ball?
That is true.
Come on.
He's got a talent we don't know about.
Back in recess, you should have seen me. He's quite the soccer player.
I don't doubt that. I know that you are light on your feet. I don't doubt that at all.
Back in the day.
How far back was the
far
day?
back?
How far back was that day?
Was it yesterday? It seems like it could be.
A couple years.
Montgomery playing it out wide and looking for a little bit of room. Played out nicely out on that side. So it'll be a throw for the Cougs. 27 and change to go in the first half. And Sayanj Bayan will go out there to take this throw. Gave Montgomery a little chance to catch their breath. Oh, they must have called a foul beforehand. And they send it into the middle, and it's in. And that is going to be the first goal of the game for Montgomery. And they are on top here on senior night.
Wow, Blinken, you would have missed it. That buildup was slow, but as soon as they got the chance to send it into the middle, they've been doing it well all game.
Let's see if, Poe, can we maybe preemptively try to get something rolling here? We can change this exposure for everybody up.
Yeah.
See if you can open up that app. Here, I have a different computer right here for you, buddy, if you want.
Oh, well, even better.
See if we can lighten this up before Chris Grundy might start doing his job and turn the lights on in this place.
Ooh.
I think we pay some rent around here, you know what I mean?
Chris, I had nothing to do with that
Just
comment.
saying.
I was not involved in that comment.
You know. It is what it is.
Mr. Glock, you're on all these people right now.
Listen,
coming at North Hunterdon, coming at Coach Grundy.
It's it's funny. I get, well, not me, but that's obviously part of the young people terminology, as I would like to say. And my niece is always like, "Why are you always coming at me?" And I'm like, "I'm just busting your stones, kid. It's all good. It's how I live most of my life, is busting people's stones." Matt Pogue is walking proof of that.
If I can make it, everyone can. I mean, it is a talent. I don't think it's a talent you should be bragging about, but, we all have our own personalities.
And I think Montgomery trying to get that one going a little bit before the officials were ready, and that's exactly what it was there, as Bayan is going to be asked to replay it in and just wait a second. So he will put a left foot to it now and send it all the way in, and that's just wide of the goal. No problem for Ethan Brennan. So it'll be a goal kick for the North Stars. Yeah, I guess now that you mention it, I was a little feisty.
Now we're second guessing.
Listen, whatever. A turnover in the midfield, and here comes Montgomery re-attacking, and still in control before Nottingham can send it out into a space that's a bit more comfortable. So we'll see. I think it's 10.50.88.12, I think. Pogue? This is now you were breaking down the fourth wall. Is what
Oh,
we're
the
gonna
fourth
call it.
wall never existed.
The
It
fourth
was-
wall is here, and I will apologize proactively because you're gonna end up seeing some camera settings up on the screen here in a second, I think. And that's just it is what it is. Can't be helped sometimes. All in the name of trying to bring you a better product.
Or so we hope.
Possibly, maybe. We'll see. But maybe not. You never know. Brando, why don't you just go to a big wide angle there and then let Pogue take over the controls of that thing for a second? I think you can just stay right there. I just think it's because he was controlling the movement of the camera is why you weren't. Just try to can you pan a little left or right? Is it controlling it for you? No? Did we have the correct IP address in there?
I think we do.
What am I supposed to do?
Nothing. You keep doing you.
Okay.
Try reversing those two numbers.
Oh, you got a good feeling about those two?
No, the second set of numbers and the third set of numbers. Or was that up there like that? Those two were up there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then. I don't know the answer to this question then. I'm sorry. Ethan Brennan does well to save that one off of the end line.
Shanked it there.
Oh, you know why? Because it's already being controlled on that laptop. That's
Yep.
why this is locking you out. So
Will not let me.
that's
So
all
you
right.
want to take this one?
You can make a decision, Pogue, on whenever you feel like we might have a break in that action and long enough where we're not going to miss too much before we take everybody out of the running for a scoring opportunity. Is Nottingham, speaking of, coming back the other direction?
I can try to follow it up there. So.
And a good job by Matthew to come out on that. There you go, Pogue. Go ahead. See if we can make some magic happen here. Because I think also that Pogue muted the wrong guy. Fury, you could still talk to me, I think, right?
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Some subs coming on and off for Montgomery.
Where is the ball? Oh, the lights are coming on, though.
Uh-oh. See what we got now. It's about time, I say.
Maybe Coach Grundy was listening.
Could be. Nottingham on the far side of the field as they try to work to play just a wee bit of offense. And sometimes you got to go backwards to go forwards, as they say in soccer fury.
Is that right?
Yeah, a little bit. Here's a quick ball played out in front, and Montgomery trying to use some team speed. And a nice first touch. Can Montgomery capitalize? No, just past the far post. That would have been an outstanding effort from Harsh Panchal. But talk about inches away. A great first touch in the midfield from Taus. Ooh, my goodness, cry! Dude, I'm losing my mind here. I can't even talk. From Tasuku Uraguchi.
There you go.
Sometimes you get excited. Switch that baby to auto. There you go. One more there, Pogue. There, no, one more. Come on. No. No.
Definitely not.
We'll get there.
That
There you
looks
go.
good, man.
Love it. Finally, people can see what's going on the field. How about that? Looks like we have a camera that works finally. As soon as you exit that menu out there, Pogue, that would be fantastic for Fury.
Yeah, I'm like doing.
You're locked out. You're locked out of there. Locked out. No, you're not there. You got to hit the menu button to get out of there. As the cross is out in front, and Montgomery still plays in that end, and
It's off screen now. Oh, wait. I can zoom out. I can't.
can't pan
move.
yet.
Nope. Oh, God. Look at that thing. There we go.
All right, finally back to normal. There you go, folks. Welcome back to Montgomery High School. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Brandon Fury. It's senior night here in Montgomery. Cougs lead Nottingham 1-0. We are about halfway through the first half of play. Let there be light, says the Wizard of Athletic Directors.
It's amazing how the lights were such a concern.
Right.
Not the camera, just those lights.
Right. It was the whole problem the entire time.
Yep.
This certainly isn't like pro soccer either, where a ball goes off the field and you get another one 2 seconds later. Feel bad for the underclassmen. They have to go run about 2 miles to go chase some of these balls.
That is a luxury.
Right?
There's somebody waiting.
Great job by Montgomery to get that ball down out of the air onto the ground, but an even better defensive play as Parmar just unable to keep it in bounds. Parmar again doing everything he can defensively. Took that one off the back. And now Nottingham. But nothing doing for Jeffrey Numb. Pogue, you ever a soccer player?
Yeah. I played 1 year.
Okay.
Age 5.
Oh, come
all
on.
right. I was going to say,
That
we know you
doesn't
didn't
count.
head anything, but I just,
I did not head anything. I played at 5, but fun fact, this is not a lie. First game I ever played, 5 goals.
5 goals. And
5 goals.
And you stopped playing why?
This was a placeholder for football.
Okay.
I'm going to bank that was a mistake. I'm going to bank that was a mistake.
Your footballer career amounted to so much.
I was on the PAL team multiple years.
That's
I was a participant.
Got that participation trophy?
I did. I don't have many more.
Think about all those trophies we had as kids,
So much plastic.
right?
just why?
I know. I don't know.
I don't have any of them, actually.
The best trophy I ever got was probably the cheapest one. And when I say cheapest, I mean just because of how it was made and I'm sure what they paid for it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that story in a second. Nottingham dispossesses Montgomery in the back end, and then they give it right back. So here's an opportunity to counter, and unable to do so right away is Montgomery. So when I graduated from college, I got a huge mug. But instead of just like engraving right on the mug, which I guess it was so long ago that wasn't a thing you did, you still had to put like the engraving on the little plaque and then put the plaque on the mug.
Yeah.
So like in everyone's genius in this whole thing, you put the plaque on the mug with like adhesive, and then you get the mug wet. And then what happens? The adhesive falls off. There's a header, and wow, Brennan got lucky there as he was just toward the near post, and again inches away from its second goal was Montgomery there.
Oh, his reaction says it all. He knew it. Inches away from getting that goal and feeling like I'm one of the heroes on senior night.
So of course the adhesive peels off the first time I put the mug, put the mug underneath any kind of water. So now it just sits on my desk in the office.
Oh, that's what that cup is?
Yeah.
Oh. It's really still, I mean, it's a good mug.
Holds pens like nobody's business,
Yeah.
that mug.
The adhesive, not so great, but the mug is pretty
Not
good.
so much. Gotcha. Puglisi does well. He's so calm. I always say that about like when you're watching soccer games is, just how calm do the backs play with the ball on their feet, and that's often an indication of, a solid defense. And
It's not the most complicated thing in the world to pass back, left, and right, but when you have pressure and that's coming to just calmly put it where it needs to be is a big deal. His mistake back there is usually a goal.
Right. It was one of my big criticisms of the USA soccer team forever because I was like, can we stop giving the ball to the other team at the 18, please? That'd be great. I think we might win a couple more games. New set of World Cup qualifiers begins this Thursday for the United States. The second leg of three, or I believe it's 4 legs of 3 games each. I don't know how you.
Whoa, it's a lot of soccer.
Yeah, they changed the World Cup qualifying format this year, but thankfully for the U.S., it includes more games. There's a through ball played in, and Nottingham has to come out and make a save on it as Parmar kind of saw that go off of his body. U.S. played very poorly in its first round of 3 games, going 1-0-1. Or 1-1-1, I should say. Not 0-1. That would only be 2 games.
So the pressure has not stopped. The Montgomery forwards are making life kind of miserable for these Nottingham defenders.
And yet I still feel like there's work to be done there. You know,
absolutely. I mean, the gaps are there. They're showing up, and now they got to get the right pass. But, I mean, they're creating opportunities.
Austin Dumas, one of my favorites. I'm not supposed to say that, I guess, as a counselor, but he just says, it would be like me not saying that Brandon Fury is one of my favorite kids. Like, he is.
Well, when you say one of, it's quite the out.
I don't just only like one kid, you know what I mean? It's just but there's certain people you connect with that, you feel like, oh, all right, that's a great conversation. This kid has got a lot going for him. Austin's another one of those kids. I feel like every time I talk to the kid, we have a good conversation. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, just keep digging that hole. You do whatever you got to do.
Gosh.
No, I get what you mean. There's a closer connection. You care for everyone, but some people, it's easier. It's just easier. It clicks, and it seems to come naturally.
No doubt about it. That's another one of those soft life skills, too, that I think for teenage kids, when I look at them and see them interacting with their peers, most everybody can interact with their peers pretty well, but then how do you interact with adults? And, when you don't really have a problem interacting with adults, it's like, oh, okay, you're pretty good at this, kid. And Montgomery just kind of waiting to play the correct angles. And here comes Parmar sprinting up the left side. And a cross off his left foot into the middle is down. Oh, and another save from Nottingham.
Their goalie is talented.
Yeah, it's actually Aiden Holman. My apologies to Aiden Holman. I've been saying it was Ethan Brennan. I thought I had a 2-2 on his back. But it was a 2-6, so that was my fault. Used to jerseys with numbers on both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big difference. Sometimes you'll get the tiny chest number, but not even that sometimes.
You know what's worse? And I hope you're paying attention, Coach Milich. White jerseys with gold numbers from the press box. It's great.
It's a challenge.
Oh my God.
Those aren't going anywhere. So.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna take some paint and outline them in green, like the hugest green letters you possibly can.
I think you gotta maybe you just gotta watch a little bit more because
wow,
it's pretty easy to tell.
I like this.
You gotta know where each guy is, who's playing what position eventually. Yeah.
So basically, you should just know the roster inside and out by body type. You'll have no problem.
Well, also just position on the field, know the outside linebackers, know the receivers.
Well, I have a general idea, but I don't want to take a guess when it comes down to the final name. As Montgomery pushing ahead for some offense, they get in the front, and the ball goes all the way through. And again, Montgomery players end up in the goal and beyond the goal line, as it'll go for a Nottingham throw.
When it comes to the stats for this game, the shots on goal is going to be, normal number, but the amount of chances right in front of the goal that don't get counted, it's huge.
Yeah. A giveaway in the front, and a nice job that time by Nottingham and Jake Andrews to step out.
So, Brandon, I understand what you mean. I do. But here's
Yeah,
my
like-
question. What about after you snap the ball? You know how nobody's in the same spot anymore and everybody moves around in like a cluster? Isn't that tough, you know?
I mean, I hear you, but like, I mean, you watch an NFL game, you know, like, I mean, especially if it's your team, you know where, like, who each guy is. When I watch the Ravens, I know who makes every play.
Well, when do the Ravens wear their white jerseys with yellow numbers? What game is that?
I'd also like that game in 720p from Mars, where if you could film it from there too, that would be great. And then see how good you are, buddy. Oh, because that was the case in that first game. Oh my gosh. We've had some bad luck with visiting camera feeds this year. Between Linden that one was probably the best, which is just to show you that we couldn't see a thing.
I mean, auto cameras are tough.
The Colonia Star game basically was a debacle in and of itself, and then, we had the photos from the Hubble Space Station at North Hunterdon.
That was very clear, though, just far
was.
away, but very clear.
I'll correct myself too. I'm pretty sure Hubble's a telescope and not a space station, but
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Either way, here's a giveaway, and Nottingham will come the other way. Numb plays it forward and slows it up. They try to do a little give-and-go action, and Matthew is there guarding the near post. And for a near miscue, that was actually pretty well done by the Montgomery defense to make up for it.
Yeah, that deflection, that looked intentional. I don't think that it was, completely just being in the right spot and being lucky. I think he turned his body at the right time.
So Puglisi will send this one skyward as Matthew will give way. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Senior night in Montgomery. Cougs lead Nottingham 1-0.
Will the Franklin game be you guys in the basement, or?
It's a great
where you guys
question.
going?
I got to find out. Gots to find out. But I'm going to try to get something done either direction. It's just so hard too. Like with all the technology that we have now, if I knew that we had a hardwired connection and all the other stuff that we would really kind of need to do it well to be able to go there, I would say absolutely do that. But listen, we're about to sign a or however many $1 trillion infrastructure bill in this country, right, to rebuild the country. If we could rebuild some press boxes and add some high-speed internet, I'd appreciate it.
Well, I mean, that bill was 2,000 pages long, so I think it might have been in there somewhere.
Stashing something in there.
We should write our congressman.
Like taxing cryptocurrency. Stash that in the infrastructure bill. Well, I'm not joking about that, by the way.
Don't get us started on crypto.
I'm not even joking about that. That's a thing. The crypto tax structure got stuffed into the infrastructure bill.
How do you tax something that doesn't truly exist?
That's a great question. It's like
unrealized.
taxing air.
It's unrealized.
It's like taxing air.
I believe that you have too many of those, and I will tax you based on that amount.
That's right. On this imaginary thing that somehow is going to be worth $100,000 by the end of the year.
I sure hope it is. I don't need to understand it. I just want to have some of it.
That actually seemed like it was maybe well played, but a little too far out in front for Montgomery. That was the prediction made by one of our favorite attorneys yesterday at Glockdown as we're watching football. He made an assurance that Bitcoin would be at 100,000 by the end of the last quarter.
Oh, this is the attorney I'm thinking of. I don't want this legal advice any longer. Maybe football advice. No thanks on the other part. Does he own any? That's an important question.
He does.
Too. Okay.
He does.
All right, he might believe it.
He claims he's going to cash in his whole portfolio out of the market and go 100% crypto.
I would. All right.
And you know what? He'll be the guy in like 5 years with $4 billion.
I know, and he's going to come to your house and
know.
never give you anything and complain about the selection.
Going to pull up in his Bentley, like knock the bricks off the post in my front yard and just say sorry and leave.
Here's a check. deal with it.
He'll bill my insurance for the damage to his car. That's the kind of guy he is.
Just to do the paperwork and make you do
That's
paperwork.
it. Still waiting for that real gift from my realtor after I bought my house. Still hasn't arrived.
Well,
12 years later.
wouldn't hold out for it.
Here's the turnover, and Montgomery unable to capitalize as Nottingham sends it back into the midfield.
You said earlier there's a lot of work to be done. I think that's really starting to show true right now. I mean, going into the half with a 1-0 lead is not bad, but when you look at all the opportunities you've had, this really shouldn't be one goal.
Like
Ooh.
even that play right there, aside from the slip on the track, just inches away from that kind of, just one-touch connection to spring a guy up the right side. You're able to iron those things out, and those turn into goals.
Yeah, the positioning has been good. It's really a timing thing right now.
It's a great job by Montgomery and Fedorchik. And Marty has it go out of bounds off his foot. And we have a Nottingham player down here on the near side, near the 40. Couldn't really get a look at who it was, but they're up now. And gotta like to see that.
Yeah, looked like he might have banged knees with Marlin.
Jaden Rodriguez there. Rodriguez and Montoya. As Mr. Pogue noted, just a little collision.
I mean, it's little collision, but it hurts.
Oh, need a knee is the worst.
You can need a knee walking by somebody in a hallway and it hurts.
Jeez. It's one of those like, I always, if I would hit knees with somebody, I would. It was reminding me of hitting my funny bone. I'm like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
Why would you create a thing that hurts like that when you do that? Nothing funny about that. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just not. Here's a misplay, and not nearly as bad as that could have been. But another giveaway. Can Montgomery capitalize in the final 4 minutes? And, for as much as Montgomery has dominated the possession of the ball in this half, like you said earlier, Pogue, Nottingham's just kind of, you're one bounce, one run away from tying this up unless Montgomery can put something on it here, and just out of the reach of the Cougars on the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, Nottingham can go into the half feeling pretty good. I mean, they had some chances, too. It's not like they haven't had any offensive, time in Montgomery's half. It's just,
right.
Haven't scored the goal.
So Aiden Holman will put a foot to it with 3 minutes to go in the first half. And some contact there. Nottingham was looking for a foul, but they're not going to get it, so it'll be a throw for the Cougs. And here comes Montgomery. Bent will play it for Dumas. And Austin tries to switch the field. And nothing doing. That felt like the correct play there into that amount of space, but Montgomery just not there to fill. Creative play from Dumas to head that ball out of trouble. And it'll land at the feet of Fedorchik. Makes a nifty move to get back upfield. Puglisi, that's a great ball up the right side. And an even better job by Nottingham.
Yeah, that looked effortless. That was 30 yards in the air, right on target.
There's a reason why he's one of the captains, certainly one of the most lauded players on the Montgomery team. 2 minutes to go, first half. Cougars looking to tack on another goal here as a great ball into the middle, and it's sent toward the post. And Nottingham had to do everything they could there with Holman to keep that one out. And a second chance. Holman knocks it down. The rebound is still out in front, and then Holman finally gets a hand on it. Holy mackerel. How about that? Dangerous situation out in front of the goal for Aiden Holman, and Montgomery nearly able to capitalize. Final 2 minutes of the game, or of the half, as you know, kept out on the field by the officials. So, you know, it becomes a guessing game, just like every other soccer match you've ever watched. That track is just clearly slick as a button. There's a great play by Bent to try to keep that in, but he can't, so Nottingham will look for a quick throw. And again, now Montgomery will look to regather. Certainly coming toward the end of this half as we wait for the officials. And we'll get a whistle there and another free kick for Nottingham. You would have to think this is going to be it unless Montgomery gets a very quick counterattack. And we have a whistle.
Yeah, that foul might have extended it longer than it would have.
Can't really dilly-dally if you're the Cougs. Got to send something forward. That's clearly offside. But no matter. Holman sends it toward the midfield, and that'll do it for the first half. Senior night, 40 minutes of 80 in the books at Cougar Stadium, and it was an early goal for Montgomery that has the Cougars on top, 1-0. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. The second half of Montgomery Senior Night is on tap. Right after this, you're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. back to Cougar Stadium. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and Brandon Fury live with you in the MIRE. It is senior night for boys soccer as Montgomery leads Nottingham 1-0. And so far, Montgomery really has maintained control of this game, and yet just, one kick, one play away for Nottingham from tying this one up.
I mean, you can be happy with the way they played to some extent, but to not capitalize on some of those it might come back to haunt them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And this boys soccer team has had a pretty nice thing going this year. Let's tell you what they have coming up as they move forward. Their schedule, they will play Saturday against Manville in the county tournament. The winner of that game will move on to the quarterfinals against Gill. And then they have Montgomery Teacher Appreciation Night, and that's something that's pretty nice. It seems like basketball started a teacher appreciation thing a couple years ago, and other sports have really latched onto that, and that has worked out really, really nicely for everybody. And they'll do that on the 18th. You got to look there at Montgomery's Mark Oliu, who was the goalkeeper of the week in the state of New Jersey a short while back. Mark's certainly one of those guys who is a standout on this Cougar team, but Ethan Matthew got the start tonight for Montgomery as he is a senior, obviously. Brandon, how you doing over there with that camera, buddy? Panning and zooming you're so far being outpaced by a freshman.
Oh, well, I feel like I'm adjusting well. I'm getting the hang of it.
At a boy?
Doing all I can.
You are a paper tiger, boy. You're a paper. You just during the break, he just was going to town. Now the lights come back on, and he all of a sudden doesn't want to talk about it.
I think I can improve. I think I could do better.
Now he's playing.
Yeah.
Man, they got you well trained over there, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's comparing players that we know to other people. It was a whole bunch of stuff. Just, not the Brandon I know right now.
Telling you. Just let it rip, bro. Howard Stern didn't make no money by, holding back opinions. Just saying.
Just throw all my opinions out right now, whether or not they're relevant. I'll just start.
That is how this works. Have you not gotten that part yet?
I'll just start spitting them.
Yeah.
You've hung out with us enough to know to figure this out by now. Oh, my gosh. So we're underway in the second half, and Alex Bent does a good job to keep his feet, and he will lead a Montgomery charge. He tries to play it to the outside, and it never quite made it there. So Montgomery will have to try again. And it looks like there's an injured player in the midfield for Steiner. Listen to me, for Nottingham.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know, maybe just got stepped on or something unfortunate.
It's tough. Cleats don't look sharp, but when they're coming at you with some speed, they can do damage.
Yeah, for sure.
Oops. Had an oops on the clock. Not a big deal.
I think it's all fixed.
First time I've received a talking to in the press box from an official.
Yeah, you've been on the other side now.
I have, although I got to tell you, I've never really been quite that stern.
No, and especially
keep it. There you go.
It was thorough explanation.
Thorough yet overly stern. If I had anything to say about it.
Yeah.
It's I had a game on Saturday. I said to the scorekeepers, I was like, this is the politest conversation I've ever had. Like, they were like the nicest girls in the world. And like just very thoughtful questions and everything like that. But when you're officiating, they're on your team. Like, you need them.
Yeah.
Why alienate them for anything?
Especially when the press box is so far away in a sport like this.
I mean, come on. Yeah, we did that on purpose, right? I mean, it was an oops. Like, we got it. You didn't need to be a jerk about it. Dude, I saw on Saturday the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, literally, I almost, like, this is, like, actually a serious conversation. I'm not even messing around.
Are
about
we
this.
sure this is a story to tell?
Where's this going?
Yeah, are we sure this is a story to tell?
Yeah, and it's horrible, and I don't know the I don't know the young man's name, and I wouldn't say it on the air even if I did, but I feel terrible for him. There's a little shove in the back right
Yeah.
away, and let's see if we get anything there. Montgomery's going to have a throw.
Yeah, no need for that.
No, not at all.
Especially on wet turf near wet track. Let's not start that.
Yeah, that was a little. I believe that young man just got the same talking to that we got right there.
Actually, that seemed a little, less stern over there.
That's right. Seriously.
Maybe he heard you.
Let's see. I don't. Judging by his look, I don't really think that he cared.
No.
And that's all right. Here's Dumas. He'll put a left foot on it. He sends it to the middle. A header down. And wow, what a save from Nottingham. As again, wow, Aiden Holman able to just stay at home. And a great save to keep this a 1-goal game. Montgomery again attacking, but they're going to have an offside penalty. So I'm officiating a fall ball college game. Lacrosse game, and player is attacking the goal from behind, and he had a bad angle. Here's a dispossession of Montgomery looking to quickly score, and again another save from Aiden Holman, and he has nearly single-handedly kept this game within reach for Nottingham, as Montgomery just being a bit relentless at this point. And so players attacking the goal from behind, and he was taking a bad path toward the goal the whole time. He really was not going to probably stay out of the goal crease, which is a no-no in and of itself. And then he got shoved in the back, and he dove forward, and he dove right into the right lower leg of the goalie.
Oh, no.
And here's a giveaway, and Montgomery might get a cheapie here as they put it in front. And another play by the Nottingham defense to keep that one out of the back of the net. And Montgomery still relentless. A great play into the middle for Bent. Still on his right foot, and we're going to now have a whistle and a free kick for the Cougars. A little trickeration there for a moment as Dumas is waiting for some guidance from the referee. I will finish that story, I promise you.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I think every time you try to start a story,
I know, something happens. There's a blast from Dumas in the left foot again, corralled by Aiden Holman. Boy, impressive is that young man. So this poor goalie got hit in the lower right leg, and I've never been closer to a catastrophic injury than I was there, because it was kind of my job to be looking right where his leg was. And it was from me to the wall post as far away as I was. And he was looking toward the sky, and his leg was looking toward the ground when everything was said and done. And
You close enough to hear that one?
no.
Oh, that's good.
Let's say that, if you believe that one. I ran in there because, people get tangled up in the crease in lacrosse, and everybody's angry at each other for somebody being in there, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and since I had watched it happen in real time, I thought, you can process like a million things in a second sometimes, and I thought to myself, this offensive player is going to be angry about getting pushed in the back, and he doesn't realize he's laying on top of a kid whose leg is like basically severed off of his body.
Yeah.
Oh, what another diving stop, but he leaves it out in front, and Montgomery's there to tap it home. The second goal of the game, and it was Martin Fedorchik there to tap it home, and the Cougs have gone out in front 2-0 here on senior night. And you can see it again here as Holman did everything he could to keep it out, but just landed right on the foot of Fedorchik, and he was very, very happy to make this one a 2-goal game.
That's a dream scenario. I was running in front of the goal, and then the ball bounced onto my foot, and I kicked it right in the goal.
Even I couldn't have messed that one up. I'll tell you that right now.
That was an incredible save on that first ball, though.
No doubt about it. Goal scorer was number 2. Scoreboard should read 2-0. That's all. It's the only other thing that I was saying. There we go. Nope, wrong way. We'll get it. There we go. Love it. The official's now ready for play. But, yeah, so I was just trying to get that kid out of the crease.
Yeah.
And, so, you know, it took me less than a second to get to him. And he noticed it before I even, like, my plan was to, like, literally rip him off, the goalie.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to because he saw it and he went, oh, my God, and, like, jetted out of the crease because it was terrible.
Adrenaline's a crazy thing. You'll move as fast as you need to get away from an emergency.
Yeah, pretty clear handball in the midfield there, not called from the officials. But
that's horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. And you know, now obviously, you know, coaches and trainer are attending to him and you know, in moments like that, nobody's in a rush to do anything. You know what I mean? Like in terms of us on the field, because what can you do? And here's another run out for Montgomery. Can they put a third up on the board? It's a foot race, and they'll leave it out in front. And another tap up and through, and that is good. And Noah, is the referee going to wave it off? Well, let's see. Wow, and they are going to call it off. It'll be a goal kick. So it remains 2-0. As that one will come off the board. I guess they're going to say that the hand was up for offsides. Unless he called – well, I don't think he called it a dangerous play because no card was issued there, right?
What part of it?
The slide in towards the goalie. You know, I get you could have interpreted that on some level as cleats up a little bit, but I don't really know that there was much contact there. And if there was, there certainly would have been a card involved in that. So
exactly,
I have to think that it was probably offside. And Holman again coming out there to slide at the edge of the 18 to take care of that. Cougars get possession back. Fury, feel free to use the zoom function on that camera at any time you want to.
I'm using it.
Here's another play, and now they're out in front, and a first touch probably didn't have to do that, to be brutally honest with you. We'll get another look at it here. And, yeah, and then certainly onside there, but I don't think you needed to rush that there. You had a lot of grass, as they say.
I think that's part of the problem, though. You see too much grass, you realize I have all the time in the world.
Yeah. Sanfik Cabra coming up a little bit lame there after an odd-looking collision. But yeah, so I was like horrified, at that. So when I was saying we weren't in a rush, talking to the coaches about it and about the player, because now I feel bad for the young man. So hey, like
it's way more than sports.
What grade is he in? There's that freshman, walked on, made the team. The team loves him.
Come on.
Parents were going on vacation for the first time since kids were out of the house. They were on a plane. They were on a plane.
Didn't find out till they landed. Oh,
how about that, right? I mean, you just talk about,
that's the nightmare. That's literally the nightmare scenario.
Awful, awful, awful.
Like if we had to play a game of let's think of all the bad things and put them together, that was unfortunately the game.
Puglisi does a good job there to get a body part on that.
I know they're wearing shin guards, but this is making my lower extremities kind of hurt watching some of these shots.
A lot of bad lower extremity stories right now.
Yeah. I feel like I'm happy to be walking when we leave here. I really appreciate that. Oh, those planted leg injuries are the worst. That's so bad.
I'm telling you. Brutal. And I think we're going to get our first card of the day. And we are. We're going to get a yellow. Oh, no. Pulled out a red. It looks like number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
That is going to be Jeffrey Numb, the senior forward, and he has been sent off. And I guess they're because he went yellow to red, so there must have been a yellow that we didn't catch earlier in the game. And so Numb's second card has resulted in him being sent off, and Nottingham will play a man short for the rest of this game, 31 minutes.
That's how it works.
That is how it works.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could understand that, too. That when you're running away from someone and you're coming at their heels like that, that's very dangerous.
2 holding penalties and you're kicked out, Fury. How about that, right?
I'm not going to say it.
Fury never holds. He's never held.
I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx myself. But
He's too crafty to hold.
Knock on wood. Haven't gotten a holding penalty since sophomore year.
All right, can't wait to see your first one on tape.
Oh, my God. Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw a little Red Foxes football on SportsCenter this weekend. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're right. They had a walk-off game-winning touchdown.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. It was a great game. Literally, they Valpo kicked a field goal in overtime. They got the ball first. I turn it off to go to work. I get in my car, start my car, get the audio only on, and I hear, and what a catch, and that's the game. And so I missed the last play.
That is the worst.
This has me think my last holding penalty was actually against Franklin sophomore year.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's meant to be. Make it a good one if you're gonna, though. All right.
Yeah, it was my brother was
Puglisi
that was a nice
does
play.
well there to earn a corner. Your brother, go ahead.
My brother scored a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, but it came back because of my holding.
Oh,
So
he must have been upset about that one.
he probably was, but then a couple plays later he threw a touchdown, so he'd prefer the passing touchdown.
The ball's right down by the goal, Fury.
He was pointing over here.
Contrary to
so
popular belief.
he was pointing over here by midfield.
Contrary
so.
to popular belief, folks, this is not an automated camera. Okay, we actually are not using one of the ones that.
Should we?
I don't know.
Should we? I don't know.
No, we just need a freshman.
Yeah, RJ, he'll give you the clinic next week.
You know what? Switch me and put RJ here.
RJ's doing business right now, okay?
For a soccer game, which is much harder than a football game, I will say.
Wow.
There's an old saying, Pogue, I think. Excuses are like something and they all stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
is true.
Just saying.
Except for when they're valid.
No. When an excuse is valid, it's called a reason, okay?
Well, then it's not an excuse.
Exactly.
Right, and all I'm hearing is excuses out of you, son.
I'm
Let
saying
me tell you right
reasons.
now. Oh, my gosh. Montgomery across again in front, and Holman is going to earn his paycheck tonight.
Yeah, they owe him a dinner or something. He is keeping them in this game.
Going to get some NIL bonuses for these guys, I think.
What?
Name, image, likeness bonuses?
Oh.
NIL?
It's the stuff that lets like high school and college athletes get paid now.
Oh. You going to get in on that? How's your social media? You working on it?
I am one. I'm an enterprise athlete,
All right.
which I have not done anything for.
That's not a great enterprise.
It's not at all.
Yeah, you'll figure out something.
Just be interesting, baby. That's all you got to be. You don't even have to be good at anything. You just have to be interesting.
You can be bad enough to just be interesting.
That's
That
also
is,
true.
That is definitely true.
Tell that to William Hung. William Hung made millions of dollars because he couldn't
Yep.
sing.
And he just owned that he couldn't, and
That's
we
it.
all loved it. We all loved it.
Even that 5 minutes of fame, boy, you could get rich off 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah. And if you actually, don't spend your money, that can last you a long time.
That's the old Matt Pogue move right there.
Oh, yeah. Find the money, put it away somewhere safe.
Pretend like you don't got it.
Exactly.
Buy a used Subaru.
That Subaru is now 100% mine. I own that car.
Oh, my God.
Congrats.
Yep, 2016, almost 50,000 miles. It's all mine.
Fury, let me tell you something. for a guy that like has a good bit of money and who really likes cars, like the man just loves buying Subarus. I don't like used Subarus. He doesn't even want a new one.
I've owned 2. I'm probably gonna get a 3rd one in 5 to 10 years when I get rid of this thing. I'm definitely gonna. But it's hard though. They don't really make the manuals anymore, so honestly, you can't let go of it.
Why?
There you go. Well, why don't we watch the Montgomery maybe scoring a goal first as Ethan Holman before we change the settings on the camera. There you go. You need to be a little faster there, Fury. There you go.
It's not going fast enough.
You need a little pan speed increase.
This is on rookie level.
There you go.
All right. It's on our
So it's appropriate. Great. What's the problem?
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
We're going to have to get to it in a second.
Next stoppage you get, you can.
That's the tough thing with soccer, too. It's
there you go. Fire away at it, Fury, real quick.
Is it this one?
Pan, no, below that. There you go. Pan speed, max pan speed, and max tilt speed. There you go.
Just bump it up a little bit.
Flying.
How's that? Is that better? No? Did you save before you closed?
Ooh, did you save? Because saving is key.
Not save.
Saving is key. It is not saved. You got to hit that nice fancy save button.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Whoa, look out. Look out now.
Around.
Gave him the keys to the fast car.
Now. This is going to be great if, like, all of a sudden we're, like, ESPN quality.
Yeah, he's like, guys, I told you. It wasn't right. It wasn't me. The thing was broken.
Cabra goes up to try to get ahead on that, but he just came up a little short. And a good job defensively by Montgomery to let that get out of bounds. So the Cougs lead it 2-0. Early goal on a nice cross from the Cougs, and then Marty Fedorchik was on the doorstep there to tap home a gimme. And that has been it, as Nottingham hasn't really mounted very much in the way of offense against this Cougar team.
No answers. No answers. I mean, the defense has been strong, too. Let's not pretend like Puglisi isn't part of that reason.
No doubt. Speaking of the Devil, a nice spin move from Gio. And Montgomery will continue to play here. As we move left to right on the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Brandon Fury. Very happy to be with you for the final 25 minutes of senior night here, boys soccer in Montgomery. Head coach Ricky Steeb and the Booster Club, nice enough to invite us to broadcast this one, and we certainly appreciate that, and hopefully give you your money's worth. Except for Fury.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
listen,
listen,
good help is hard to find.
It
I mean,
is.
what are you going to do?
Cameraman is just a job with no praise.
Yes, you're
There's
learning. Yeah.
no doubt about
No,
that.
if it's not good, all you hear is how bad it is, and if it's good, nobody cares.
It's like being the IT guy at a job.
Yup.
No one gives a crap that you even exist until something breaks.
But
okay?
you make all the things run. And yet,
Got a handball there, so it'll be another free kick for Montgomery. Dumas will come over to take this one. Austin's a big athletic kid. Probably I'd be interested to see which way he goes with this, left-footed or right-footed. Looks like he's going to go left-footed. Bend this one in towards the goal.
oh, man, that would be sweet.
You see Aiden Holman there kind of directing traffic over on his left, our right, with that little mini wall to protect the near post because he's afraid Dumas might try to bend one home. And instead he tries to go low thinking the wall was going to jump, and they did well to stay home.
I got to tell you, after your story, I'm having a hard time watching anything near the sideline right now. Just
Dude,
like, just
how
don't hit
about
the track?
I watched it from 2 feet away happen.
All you need is one time to see it, and then you say, oh, I can never see that again. That'd be great.
Seriously. And I've been pretty close to some other really bad injuries, but, like, you know, you as a ref, sometimes you're looking at the whole picture and you're not really looking at, like, a specific thing. And that time I just happened to be looking right at the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know,
are tough.
be like, it was the lower leg and not the upper leg, so it wasn't Joe Theismann, but it was kind of like being
Still.
You remember that? Well, who was the guy on Louisville that had the kneecap come out? In the
Basketball player?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kevin. Was
man.
it Kevin? Something like that?
Yeah, I don't remember the last name, but it was definitely him.
Yeah, that was
Horrible.
It was like kind of like that, except without the compound part of the fracture.
Yeah.
And
That and the Paul George. I can't get that out of my head.
yes,
I
the Paul
remember
George one was.
distinctly. Somebody said, "Hey, you should watch this," and I was like, "Are you sure?" And now I can never forget it.
I'll tell you honestly, what I saw Saturday was worse than Paul George.
Oh.
Yeah, it was worse than Paul George.
Man, that's tough to wrap your head around because
It was horrendous.
that poor kid.
Here's a header. Dangerously done. And out in front, can Montgomery get there? They can. And the third goal of the game for the Cougars. Put home by Montgomery. And we'll take another look at it here. As just a through ball played in and tapped on home. And breathing room for the Cougars.
Yeah, 3 goals might be where they start to take some risks. I mean, there's no reason to pile it on, but if you have a chance to score a couple easy ones, you have to take it.
So Montgomery 3 and Nottingham nothing.
Brandon, when you're up in a game by a bunch and you're starting to feel that it's going to be the blowout, like, are you looking for certain things? Like, are you going for the pancake when you normally wouldn't?
Oh yeah. Well, because I know, like, especially like my sophomore year when a lot of the games we would get taken out somewhere in the third quarter. I was like, all right, I might only have a couple plays left, so got to make the most of it. Get some more for the highlight.
Feel free to talk so that people could hear you when you talk.
I thought I was.
There
but
you go. See this nice little green light here? Too. It's like it tells you exactly how loud you're talking.
Well, I gotta look over here to make sure everybody can see the game. I'm sure people will care more about seeing the game than what I
Well,
actually
they do.
have to
You're
say.
doing a bad job at both. All right. How about we get a
You really walked into that one. You opened yourself up to that.
come on?
Here, take the iPad. You
No,
do it.
no. I am a man who understands his limitations, my friend. I will not pretend to be able to be good at that.
I mean, you said you were going to pick it up like nothing,
come on.
so we
It's
had to let you do
It's
it.
not like I volunteered for this.
You were voluntold.
Yeah, you
I
were.
was voluntold. Exactly.
You also tried to volunteer someone.
I
That
did.
didn't work out.
I did.
Well, you need to be a little more forceful. Clearly,
Yeah.
we do really need like a 10-year-old. Dude, if we
Yeah.
had a 10-year-old on that thing, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Do you see all the like the PlayStation controls
Yeah.
when they were playing what the hell is the game when you jump out of the sky?
Oh,
Fortnite?
Fortnite.
Yeah.
My nephew could build a 72-story fort in about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever happened to like Tecmo Bowl where I just had to run like left and right
Nah,
and hit
this
the B
is
button?
Left, right, up, down, while going sideways, while reloading, while doing all kinds of stuff.
Fedorchik able to stay on his feet. He loaded up for a right-footed blast, and that was blocked down. And instead, they'll play it out again, and good job defensively from Nottingham to keep them at bay.
Man, if this is a preview for all the heat I'm gonna take during basketball season, it's gonna be.
Oh, I
it's
can't
gonna be
wait
a
for
long-
basketball
it's gonna be a long
season.
year.
I can't wait.
It's very possible. It's very possible. Although I feel like during basketball season, we're going to be in a little bit better space. We're not going to have to, resort to the D team doing the camera. You just get to talk.
That is true. See, that was what we call a backhanded compliment right there.
Was it?
It was.
Yeah.
Kind of went over my head. Not gonna lie.
Well, let me clarify. You are the D team when it comes to the camera.
Am I really?
Yeah.
I mean, I love you, but if we could have had RJ here, I probably would have picked him. Nothing personal. I mean, I guess it is personal. I guess it probably is a little personal.
No offense, but
No, I
you're
didn't say that.
terrible.
I said nothing personal. I did not say no offense. No, he is good, though, but you'd be good, too, if you had a whole game to well, we're almost there. So.
That wasn't even a backhanded compliment.
No.
Oh.
Again, now, I'm saying this knowing that you're a nice person who cares about me because you're much bigger than I am. So.
Yeah, lest anyone think
Yeah.
that we're actually like bullying the child.
No.
Like it's mostly that we fear for our lives
Yeah.
after we leave here because he could kill us both with like his left hand.
Yeah. So you're good because you could run for a while. You'd be
That's
good.
true.
You could
That's
just go.
true.
I'm worried. I don't think I have enough of that where he would eventually get me. Your
Yeah.
40 is definitely faster than mine. That terrifies me.
Ay, ay, ay. Mark Oliu has not had to do literally anything in the second half of play.
Nope. Just watching everything happen.
That's a great day.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a great ball through, and Nottingham does a good job to get on it.
That's the worst. When I used to be a lacrosse goalie, I would almost root for the other team, just so they can get some shots on the goal.
There you go. Meanwhile, when I was the lacrosse goalie, I was scared to death. It's like, can we just please hold it for a second?
Yeah, I don't understand how people enjoy that. That's
Ugh.
Oh well, I can't do it anymore. Everybody wants me to play at high school. I can't do it, but I'm also talking really quietly. But
There you go.
Was there football requirements?
what's that?
Just not allowed to. Football won't let you.
No, not even that. I just that
Who wants to stand in front of the stinking ball?
Oh, I don't. No, I never would sign up. That would.
they're getting too. Their shots are just too fast now.
Oh, right.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, it becomes kind of an unsafe thing if you're like, I can't move quick enough for this.
It's just that I don't know. Not. It was fun while it lasted. I was.
You don't have to explain it to me. I would never do it. I don't know how you did it. That's insane. But it's got to feel good, though, when you just stonewall somebody and you know I took an easy chance away from you.
Did that once, one time.
Yeah, that one time.
That one time.
Had to be there. Had to be there.
Then there are times when, in summer lacrosse, someone hangs 21 on you. So.
Oh, that was like a twice weekly occurrence for me in high school, though.
Were you a goalie
For 2 years.
in lacrosse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they had enough sense to put somebody who wasn't blind in the goal.
That is an interesting choice. Your eyesight is not the best. It just isn't.
No,
So I don't know why they did that.
It's true. But you would think, like, if you look at like the things that I've done in my life, you'd be like, oh, that guy must have really good eyesight.
Yeah.
He was the goalie in lacrosse. I officiate. All this other stuff.
You kind of
No.
need good eyes to
No,
officiate.
Yeah.
clearly not.
No, those jokes about referees hit too close to home.
Very
actually.
close to home for me.
Which ones? I'm blind. I'm deaf. I want to be a ref.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I
I've never heard that one.
You did? That one
No.
was going at the from
Wow.
our student section at
Jeez.
North Hunterdon.
I feel like we could do better than that, though, because being deaf as an official actually probably could help you.
Yeah, because you can't hear people complaining.
Yeah, that's it. You don't even have to tune it out. It's just
Yeah.
like
Huh.
how you roll.
Yeah, they gotta rethink that one for many
Yeah.
many reasons. But
Yeah, we're better than that. Come on. I actually enjoy it. I don't think that I would be as good an official without the heckling or the crowd noise.
the motivation.
Yeah, I feed off it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is your thing. You love the challenge of you don't think you can do something or proving somebody wrong.
I just love smiling when that happens.
Yeah, and then doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a ball played into the middle. Great job by the Cougs to get it on goal. And again, Nottingham there to turn it away. That time off the foot of Marlon Montoya. Still in front. And the ball that finds its way in the back of the net. How about that
I don't
for goal
quite
number
know
4?
how. Don't know how, but it did find its way in there.
Let's take a look again here as somehow stayed in bounds and Montgomery just ended up again with a little bit of a tap in, and they've broken this one open 4-0.
Yeah, almost no room to work with. That was tight roping all the way inside.
Nottingham will make a change. Ryan Olone, the junior defender, will get a rest. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. Aiden Holman, the senior goalie for Nottingham, has played a heck of a ball game.
And they're also man down. That's part of this too.
Yeah,
Makes his job all the more difficult.
a lot of parallels to senior night last year, except for the score.
Yeah, that was a great game, though.
That
That
was.
was a great game last year, too.
Cougs continuing to pressure. But again, a good job from Nottingham in the back to send that out of bounds.
I'm not quite sure what the etiquette is for leading big in soccer. Is it they truly just pass the ball and don't create chances, or how does that work?
I don't know. I don't know. Ethan Matthews back in the game as Mark Oliu sits down, so that's a good job by Ricky Steeb there to play the seniors as much as you possibly can. Near opportunity there for the Cougs. Now dispossessed. As Montgomery gets up looking for a foul, not going to get it.
He's got quite an argument, though. He has quite an argument.
Now Nottingham with its most organized attack of the second half as Matthew has to backpedal and make a save. Great play from Ethan Matthew as you get another look at it here. As you see, he just does just enough. Brandon Fury did maybe enough to
You
to let us
gotta
that
see
one.
what I'm working with. I'm seeing double of everybody.
I was excited to watch it. I did not realize the end was cut off.
Feel free to just make this big and let him work off of this
Yeah.
then. How about that? How about that? There you go.
Guys aren't giving me my resources that I need.
Oh, my God. We have about $4 billion worth of technology sitting in front of the kid. God forbid the
Yeah, but
computer screen isn't big enough.
It wasn't quite the right one.
The
though.
quality of this computer screen is awful. I'm seeing double of everybody. You guys are just putting me in a bad position. It's like you want RJ to be the video guy.
He figured it out, Pogue.
Yeah.
He figured it out.
We got so good at this that we gave you faulty technology on purpose to then trick you into thinking you're bad at this. That is the plan.
Here's another cross, and that goes off of the goalpost, the football goalpost.
I am actually curious though.
Yeah, look at that. How am I
What's
supposed to
going
work with that? Doing my best
I
here.
wonder if it's one of those refreshing things.
It's been doing that for a little while. So.
Well, God forbid we should try to address that situation,
Yeah.
rather than.
I mean, he was just gonna have it happen and then complain,
Of course.
That's
Well,
the plan.
so a goal kick for Nottingham as we approach the 10-minute mark of this ball game. Cougars firmly in control on senior night. Here's Alex Bent. He leaves it into the middle. That was nearly a very nifty play. And now they tried to play it out wide again to Sayanch Balyan. And he just didn't have enough room to track it down.
Ooh. Big hit there.
Yeah, a lot of contact in the midfield, and it'll be a free kick for Montgomery. Oh, wow, they gave that to Nottingham. That doesn't really seem like an equitable ending, but Connor Weiss earns a free kick after that. Feel free to just X out of that and then restart the screen. See if that works for you there, Matthew.
Well, I mean, I was going to try that, but what if he then can't control it for some reason? Chain of events.
I don't really know how that one follows, but okay.
Oh, I don't either. I just had nothing else, so I just started making it up.
Okay.
No.
Not helping, huh? No, that's okay.
Wondering what that is.
We'll figure it out. Or we won't, because
Yeah.
that's what happens on the MIRE.
That is very possible. Something to be looked into.
No doubt.
Seems like control of this game is pretty important right now.
Yeah. It's kind of like both teams seem middling toward the conclusion.
Yeah. Less concerned with soccer at times.
Good job again in the back. by Nottingham. Cougars doing well in the offensive side. Madden Totman out on that far side as a cross into the middle is headed away. But Nottingham unable to keep it in play. Puglisi obviously looking very comfortable back there with the ball on his foot. And now another through ball that Holman will come out, and he puts a mistouch on that one, but Montgomery unable to get underneath it with Marlon Montoya.
That looks better. I feel like I'm finding my groove though now. On
Yeah,
this.
you feeling good about this, Fury?
Yeah.
Just in time, right? Just in the nick of time. Dumas off of his right foot. So what's the word on the street in the classrooms here, Fury? How's everything going from a senior student perspective?
Well, I mean, like actual classes or like.
Yeah, like what's the feeling in the building?
I mean,
Give me the mood, the temperature.
I guess it's good to be back. Kind of feeling real school again. Although for a senior, my schedule is pretty manageable, so I'm feeling good.
That's good. We're right in the teeth of college admissions season for the seniors, in terms, or college application
Yeah.
season for the
I
seniors.
I gotta finish up my essay and all that good stuff.
You know, don't work too hard over there.
I'm trying not to.
Well,
Doing everything I can.
We're well aware. We're well aware. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think it does feel a lot more like a normal school year. You know, obviously the masks and the split up lunches, you know, aside, which, you know, admittedly stinks.
It does. It hopefully
Hopefully sooner than later we get things back to a place where, you know, we don't need to be doing that.
wasn't it like gonna be normal like a week before football,
Yep.
and then
Then it wasn't.
it wasn't. Because I remember at my install camp, 7-on-7s, all summer we didn't have to wear any masks, and then the first day.
Can
back to
change
it.
just like that. But, you know, it feels as though things are trending in the correct direction. As Montgomery attacking now the other way, that's got to be offside.
Yep. By a few steps.
Yeah. And trending in the correct direction, both in, you know, case numbers coming down and, you know, as now the trickle of vaccination increases, and, you know, we're approaching, if you read the, you know, the papers, as they say, an endemic status to this pandemic, which would be a welcome
I hope
change,
so, man. I
you know.
really do.
But I think people are just going to be cautious through the winter time because, you know, it's typically when people get regular sick.
Yeah.
You know, so then how do we determine quick enough whether it's regular sick or corona sick? And
I think
know.
they've been doing a better job of it. A couple guys on the team got sick, but it wasn't COVID, and then didn't shut us down or anything like that.
Sure.
So definitely better than last year, whereas anything. It was
yeah, right. Weren't taking any chances. Here's a cross in front and dangerously played out near the side of the goal.
That was very close.
But a great job by Harsh Panchal to get that out in front, and Montgomery still able to retain possession with Dumas. Panchal again, and that one just squirted a little too far away. Nottingham now blasting one forward, but Ethan Matthew, no trouble there. So Montgomery's going to pick up a victory here on senior night, and
That's always good.
yeah, you got to love that. Puglisi doing well in front of the crowd. We were talking the other day about the difference in, calling football and calling basketball and calling football games when it's a predominantly running team versus a predominantly successful passing team. And, soccer certainly much more geared towards something, whether it was football with a predominantly running team.
Yeah.
With some space to fill. As a cross in front, and a right-footed try is just up over the crossbar.
I will say, not going to give away too much, but the offense will look a little different this week.
All right. I think we could probably read between the lines there.
Maybe you can.
I think I can. I think if you are
if you listen to the podcast,
if you're a pod listener, you probably
you know
understand
what
what
I'm
that
talking
means.
about.
Are we not supposed to talk about this? Do we need to be cryptic about this, or am I allowed to talk about it?
Well, there hasn't been a decision made.
Oh, there you go. All right, so we're not going to talk about it.
The only decision made is player A is moving back to his old position.
Okay, that's a big enough. It's a big enough Easter egg, if you will. If this was a Marvel superhero.
Yeah.
Nottingham having bad luck even hitting the goal on the sideline off the post.
This might not be their day.
That was a cheap shot by me too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on. It's uncalled for.
It was low hanging fruit. I get it.
Yeah,
there
it's
we
tough to resist that low-hanging fruit.
Bent, and he just puts it up over the crossbar by inches as he was looking for the 5th tally of the game. See if we'll get another look at it here. As you see, Alex just making a great run in and just out of the reach.
Phenomenal camera work there. Saw the whole thing.
It was. Hopefully you had your magnifying glasses on at home.
There's no way people can't see this. I'm watching it right now
I know.
and
Wait,
I can see it.
Wait till you go home and put it up on YouTube on a TV.
And you're going to go, okay.
Oh.
I get it.
Wow.
If anything, wouldn't it be bigger on a TV and a phone?
No, that you're just going to see just how small it is.
No, I don't think that's how the visual properties work. They're just like,
ooh.
We're gonna have a foul, and we're gonna have a card there, as that is a dangerous play. So we'll get a yellow for Nottingham. Jake Andrews. Look at you, Pogue, flashing yellow cards up on the screen.
I was gonna say that was
Damn.
a cool graphic.
see, when you do something well, you just sit there and let somebody else acknowledge it.
That's
That's how that goes.
Well, nobody was gonna acknowledge my
That's
camera
fine.
work,
That happens. Oh, yeah, not here.
I had
no.
to let someone know.
Yeah, we're not the right crowd for that. I mean, it is significantly better though. You found your stride.
I think so.
Feel free to zoom in right now at any point. I mean, come on now. There, look at that. See, there you go. It's actually significantly better. As a header on Cage, and it was on frame, but Holman there to make the save. Nobody really cares whether we see the ball in flight. You know what I mean? I'd rather see the players than the ball.
Yeah, it has to come down at some point. It's not like we're missing, change of flight.
And that's going to do it as the officials sound the final whistle here in Montgomery. And the Cougars have defeated Nottingham 4-0 on senior night.
Well, it's about as good as you can hope for. Got a lot of scoring, a lot of different people, a lot of looks. Seniors got to play.
Consistent pressure from Montgomery offensively all evening long. And that results in a fairly workmanlike, fairly easy 4-0 victory. And if they were only all that easy, right?
Yeah, that would be ideal. Also, if we could get games with this many goals doing soccer, that'd be great too.
I would agree with that. So, in any event, congratulations, a big congratulations to head coach Ricky Steeb and all the Montgomery players, but especially the 8 seniors on this team as they were acknowledged in the pregame. The proceeding has been a production of the MIRE. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express consent of the MIRE is strictly prohibited. So the Cougs notch one in the left-hand side of the win-loss column. Montgomery 4 and Nottingham nothing. Cougars are victorious on senior night. For Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and I guess Brandon Fury, thanks for watching.